And we are live.
There we go.
We are live. What up, everybody? Welcome to Kramer and Jess Uncensored. This is the 106th episode that we've done of this show. You don't care. Who cares? I only care. No one else cares what episode this is. Podcasters care. It's a lot. In case you're new to this, got to give you a fair warning. You may have come over from our radio show and you think we're nice, wholesome people. We're not. Jess, what's our disclaimer for this?
This is very uncensored. There's no way else to put that. Okay. Well, what the best way I like to describe it is like the close friends feature on Instagram. You obviously are selective by the people you put on there because you think it's going to be a safe space.
Yeah.
That's what we expect this to be, a safe space. So
just know, if you ever hear anything on this, you just can't bring it up. It's like, this is a safe zone. I also feel like I might be losing my voice right now, so I'm going to try to not project very much. I'm going to talk in smooth jams, slow jams. This is Hassan, our producer, in case you're new. We also do this show live on YouTube. We got a YouTube fam too. What's up, MB? Good morning.
Hi.
Thanks for watching. Celia is live from Cancun right now.
Hey, girl.
Nice. Enjoy your trip.
Yeah.
You have fun. We are not in Cancun, so it's not as fun for us. Jess, we'll start with you today. We got a little bit of wedding drama that honestly is, of all the things in the world. Hi, Felicia. Good morning. The only thing that really irks me in the world is what you ran into this week. Can you please explain to people?
Yes.
That aren't like you and I? And Hassan, I'm kind of curious how you stand too on this. I think you're actually pretty good about it. But there's some humans
who are disrespectful.
I think it's disrespect.
Who have the audacity.
I think exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely do you and I agree, but please present your case.
One of my best friends in the entire universe pissed me off on Sunday. Now, I sent a text to my BFF on Sunday at 10:58 a.m.
Okay.
And I didn't get a response from him for 33 hours. Yes, I counted. It's 33 hours.
What time did the response come in? Because I know you got timestamps.
Sent it Sunday, 10:58 a.m. I double texted, so let me tell you, because it probably would have been longer than 33 hours unless I called him out on his shit. Now, the reason I texted him was, hey, I sent you something and it said it's been delivered. Now, I was sending him a bridal party proposal box, and I'm checking every single day when he's going to get it. I'm so fucking excited. I'm excited about this. This is a part of my wedding experience. And he, who saw me crying on TikTok about it, commented himself, hey, we're going to be there for you and we got you. So according to these receipts, you don't have me. And he didn't respond to me. And on Monday at 8:28 p.m., because I hear nothing from him, and I go, oh, another text. I see another text. You just don't care. Another text. That's chill. Send that at 8:28 p.m. He then responds to me at 8:48 p.m. LMAO.
Wait, you're texting me what time?
8:28 p.m. Sunday.
Wait,
No. 8:28 p.m. Monday night.
So right before you go into bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I waited all Sunday.
Okay.
Right.
Heard nothing. I waited all Monday because I'm like, hey, that's fine. I would have even been okay. I would have been okay with a early Monday morning text.
And this is somebody you're asking to be in your bridal party.
This is someone I'm asking to be in my fucking wedding.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Also, some side note, he knows how I am. So there's never an excuse.
Yeah.
He knows me better than I know myself.
Yeah.
So he knows that this is something that would literally tick me off. So he goes, I didn't see anything. Ha ha ha.
Didn't see anything.
So responding.
What year is this?
So
that was okay in 97. Because
Yeah.
literally 1 out of every 8 text messages didn't actually go through.
No, I think what he was saying was when I said I sent you something, did you get it? He's responding to that. He's not even giving a fuck about me being like, oh, so you just don't give a fuck about me. So he goes, LMAO, I didn't see anything. Ha ha ha. And then responds, stop. I slept all day yesterday.
All day. Literally 24
I didn't
hours.
Respond.
You slept 24 hours.
No, 33 hours.
You slept
to be exact.
You literally were like Rip Van Winkle over here.
And then it proceeds to send me a video of himself opening the box.
Sleeping.
Right?
Here's proof. May I send you? Here's proof.
Right. Mm-hmm. So yesterday I respond to him at 5 a.m. with a very judgy gif, oh, no words, just gifs.
Yeah.
Because when I'm really annoyed, I just won't say anything.
Right.
And I'll just send as many disrespectful gif emotions that I can.
Yeah, that's healthy.
And then he responds to me, I didn't see it, but this is fucking dope. And I go, it's fine. You just ignored me for 33 hours, but I don't care. And then sent him a judge walking out of a courtroom.
Nope.
And he was like, stop, I seriously didn't see it. And yeah, so then I ignored him all day.
For the rest of your life.
I ignored him.
Well, too bad you're
all
uninvited
day.
from the wedding.
Yeah. And then yesterday we finally got on the phone and he was like, I literally was sleeping all day. And I was like, so you didn't open your eyes for 33 hours straight and you didn't have your phone next to you for 33 hours straight, is what you're saying to me? He was like, I slept most of the day. And I was like, I don't believe you. I have been with you for almost the majority of my life and you are always on your phone, constantly checking your phone, talking to people who are just like literally BC people in your life.
Yeah.
And you didn't respond to me. And it was so disrespectful and it's not a good moment in our relationship, to be honest.
All right. So let's talk about this because I think everyone's got a different opinion on what the acceptable amount of time is to get back to somebody. Now, you know my rule, right?
Yeah,
my rule is if somebody doesn't respond to you within 2 hours, they don't give a shit about you. Especially like when like
2 hours?
Like I say 2 hours. I say there's not a human on the planet. There's not a human on the planet that doesn't check their phone at least once every. I mean, there's going to be sure outlying circumstances.
Yeah, I think 2 hours is fair because, like, what if you're like yesterday? I went to the gym and I had a sound bath immediately after.
Okay,
right, and
sure.
I don't listen to music when I work out.
But how long were you away from your phone?
Not even maybe an hour.
An hour. Then what's the first thing you do?
Check it.
And what would you do if you saw somebody that you cared about texting you?
Exactly.
You'd respond.
You would respond is
exactly.
what you would have done. So especially if they sent you a gift. Apparently, I'm never going to send you a gift for the rest of my freaking life.
You're out of the wedding. Let's talk about this. To you, what is the right amount of time until you start to get pissy? And in YouTube show, hop in this conversation.
Please.
Like, what is to you, like, what is that line?
Am I being dramatic before we even pick a line? Am I being dramatic?
There's nothing that gets me more irritated than this. There's nothing that gets me more irritated. To me, it's after 2 hours. I'm like, okay, so I guess we're not that close, as close as I thought we were. Yeah. Period. Don't care who it is, what the relationship is, unless they have. And we've talked about this on the radio before. And everyone, like, people call in, they're like, what if they're this? Well, what if? And there's going to be
exceptions to the rule, but this.
I would say 95% of people look at their phone at least once every 2 hours, no matter what they're doing. Well, they have kids. I don't care.
Do you think I'm wrong, Hassan?
What, like, to you, what's the right time? Because you get back to me pretty quick.
That's because it's work and it's different.
Oh.
If it wasn't work related, more than likely depends on this conversation. It is. I think I wore the right outfit for today because y'all might hate me. So with you, Jess, and the situation that you're in, because it's for a wedding.
My particular situation.
Right.
Me.
I mean, it's a big thing you're talking about, too.
Right. We're talking about a wedding.
I'm fucking sending you something and I'm really fucking excited to have you share this experience with me.
Yeah.
Yes, you're not over dramatic. You're not. Okay. You're in the right for this because it's a wedding.
So what to you, when would you, let's just take just whatever. When your friends text you, what would say your average time is of getting back to somebody?
He's like 34 hours.
Yeah, he's like literally. He's like, I'll get back to you quick.
Take 10 off. 24 hours.
Okay.
God, that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly,
we wouldn't be friends.
That's
like,
what
I hate that shit because it's like, especially if it's just something that's like friendly. You know what I mean? If it's just like, oh, I'm sending you a meme or something, and like you don't respond for like 2 days, I'm like, or ask you a question, and you don't respond.
That's what I'm saying. Like, depending on what it is. Like, if you send me like a random meme, I'm like, okay, cool. Then
just laugh cry emoji, and get on with your day.
What are you doing for 24 hours? You can't send me a simple response if you care about me.
It depends. Like I said, it depends.
Depends on what. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You're going up against the world right now.
You do realize who you're talking to, right?
I'm talking to you. What are you doing?
Someone else.
Okay.
So that could be fun for me. So that's a little hour and a half that I'm not spending on my phone because I'm doing someone else.
Hour
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I'm eating because right after I have to eat because I gave energy. I need some energy back inside of me.
But what are you doing? But what are you doing when you're eating? Are you scrolling?
No, I'm watching TV. Or YouTube.
He's scrolling.
No, I'm not. I'm legit.
Wait.
The only time I'm scrolling on social media is for work
or
right before I go to bed.
No one on the face
toilet.
of the earth.
I will say on the toilet.
Nobody on the face of the earth, unless you're in the movie theater.
That too.
Watch. Okay, if you're in a movie, okay, I got it. But if you're watching a movie at home, I guarantee you're on your phone too.
Depends on the movie. Because some movies I'm watching straight through.
Jessica, tell this man. Tell this man.
And that's what my friend was trying to tell me yesterday. I wasn't on my phone. And I was like, I will never ever, like, you can tell me whatever the fuck you want. I don't believe you. I know that your phone was next to you and you just did not respond to me. And I think it's so disrespectful.
Let me go through some comments. So you're saying 24 hours and you're fine with that. You don't feel if somebody takes 24 hours to respond to you, you don't care?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I'm next day as is fine.
You're
That's what I'm saying.
next day?
I would have been okay.
24 hours, yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
with this
Like-
this particular situation, he needed to text me at some point the day of.
Mm-mm.
Right.
But it typically I'm fine like next day. It doesn't bother me. But when
Espe-
it's something like this, I was so
Right.
scorned.
Like wedding and important events is important, but like, cause like I was like for like if it's just anything else, like and hey, I'm sending you something because I thought this would be cool for you. If I don't respond for 24 hours, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
let's
yeah.
go through comments. Let's see what everybody's saying. So Erica's on YouTube show said, I know when I know that someone constantly checks their phone, it's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Okay, this is why, Erica, this is another reason which added anger to me is because he is someone that is constantly on his phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abby, but it's my friend Abby. She said, I think that he saw it and forgot to respond right away. That happens to me all the time. But again, if you cared
For 33 hours, Abby, he forgot about me.
You don't forget to respond to people that you truly care about. And I believe that. If they're like a B friend, that's fine. I know, but you're not going to be an A friend of mine and take 24 hours to respond. I just have to know that's where we stand. Felicia said, did they know it was going to be a wedding related package? I feel like he could have at least said, hey, I'm not feeling social right now, so I'll get back to you regardless though.
That's fine. If he would have been like, I'm out right now, I'm napping, like, I don't know. But also, like, when have I, it's not like I'm sending him a card just to say, like, a hey, how are you card, like, every day. Like, what?
Abby,
he knows that it was something different.
Abby finished up with, I'm on my phone constantly, but there may be 5 other texts that come through. Okay, popular Abby. And I forgot to text that person back. But if it's someone that I text with all day, every day, 2 hours is acceptable.
Yes.
Okay, I can agree to that. Like, for example, but again, those people are all B squads. A squad gets an instant response the second that I see it.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. And there are some B people where I'm like, oh, I can get back to them later. They're not an A.
Yeah.
They're not an A.
If you're like busy, if you're like doing something.
I think he sees you as a B.
No.
I do.
No.
I think he treats you like a B. I would not put him in my wedding party. I mean that.
A B friend.
I take it back. I would retract the invite. That's not A. You're gonna be an A. You're gonna act like an A.
No.
I'm gonna call the person in my life that is the absolute worst about this, because we fight about this every text message conversation we ever have. So let me get her on. Literally, the second you said that, I like cringed, because I'm like, I know exactly what you're going through.
Hello, you have reached a confidential voicemail of Leah.
Right.
Oh wait, I want to add something too.
Voicemail?
She's like, I'm not talking
She's
to
like,
you.
you're at that point right now. She treat you as a C friend.
Yeah, I'm an F. I just got F. That's an F.
Yeah, she's like, I don't give a fuck about your podcast.
Lord of mercy. Okay, that was.
I just thought of something too. Jess, when we went out,
Yeah.
how many times was I on my phone? Other than taking a picture, how many times was I on my phone when we was at the bar?
You know what?
Not 2 hours.
I don't
guarantee
think
you.
either of us were really on our phone.
But you looked at
Exactly,
it at
we
least
was
2
in the
hours.
moment.
We were hanging out.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
for
fair.
me,
That's fair.
it depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I might be on my phone. I might not be.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Good morning.
You literally just proved my point by sending me the voicemail.
Oh
Like
my
you're literally proved my point. Okay,
He is triggered.
let me tell you the topic that Jess brought to the table. And
No,
then,
let me tell her what happened to
okay,
me.
and she's gonna know exactly. Leah, what do we always fight about before we even get into this? What do you and I always fight about?
Not being available or like at your beck and
There
call.
we go. Jess, tell her the story.
Okay, so my situation is a little different. I sent one of my best friends in the entire freaking world a text on Sunday at 10:58 a.m. and I said, I sent you something and it's been delivered. And he doesn't respond to me for 33 hours. So then I do a follow-up text at Monday at 8:28 p.m. and say, oh, I see you just don't care about me. That's chill. He then decides to respond to me 20 minutes after that, saying, oh, LOL, I didn't see anything. Stop. I slept all day yesterday. And then sends me a video of him opening my bridal proposal box that I sent him to be in my freaking wedding. And yesterday we're talking. He was like, I was asleep. And I'm like, there is no way in hell that you literally were asleep and didn't look at your phone for 33 hours.
Don't believe it.
For 33 hours straight. And it's disrespectful. And I don't appreciate it. So I'm really upset about that right now.
Yeah. So I was like, I can tell you the person, and this is good. So this is my friend Leah. She's also a therapist.
Perfect.
So I feel like, you know how therapists are. They always tell you that you're wrong and their actions are always right, and they'll defend them. But Leah, please, because you and I.
That's not what therapy is.
No, it is. You always use it to your benefit. Okay, so please explain to us, because you're also a person that's absolutely terrible about getting back to people, and you've admitted this. You admit this is an issue.
But you're not sending me things, and I'm not receiving. Well, actually, you're not sending me things. By the way, we have a bone to pick there. But
whoa,
oh, maybe this is why she doesn't get back.
Wow,
to you.
I feel like we need to work through this in therapy.
I was supposed to get a mug. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I've not sent it yet.
Mug.
I've not sent you a mug yet. It's true, I have not.
Okay.
Well,
anyway.
I think there's definitely texting and phones are our primary mode of communication these days, but texting especially, I definitely think that that's what we're all using to connect and to check in and to update each other. And I mean, it's one of those things where I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's fair. But I think, if in this situation, Jess, I just would be honest and be like, hey, like, this is an important thing for me. And it was a bummer that I didn't hear from you. And the thing is, and Kramer, this is the thing, is with me, you're like sending me a meme and then I don't respond.
Bro, oh my God, I'm so triggered right now. What did I literally just say? I literally just said this. I'm like, you know what? You see something that reminds you of somebody and you're excited to send it to them. Like literally, you're bringing up my biggest issue right now.
No, but what I think.
But this is it. But that's not an urgent thing, right? Like if you send a meme,
oh my God,
I do get back to you.
For her, it's not urgent for her. I think.
And me, I agree with her.
You know, maybe what I think though, Kramer, is you just need to stop sending her memes because she just doesn't deserve.
Well, no,
the laugh.
I've had our friendship has drastically declined.
Just don't send her memes
because
she doesn't like them. It's not her love language. What's her love language is a mug, apparently.
Okay, then as a therapist and a human, like what do you feel like is a time that is considerate,
appropriate time
to get back to somebody over text message?
And just did you send? It was over the weekend, you said?
Yeah, it was over the weekend on Sunday at 10:58 a.m.
This is a thing, and I'm saying this as someone who's more introvert than extrovert, and I disconnect oftentimes after work and on the weekend. And this is really my own stuff, but like I sometimes don't have the mental capacity to socialize. And it's not personal. It's like my own stuff. It's how I recharge.
He literally socializes all the
There's no socialization in a haha emoji. There's no socialization in that.
I hear you, Leah. Like I hear you, and I feel that for you. But to this person specifically in my life,
right.
That is not the excuse. He literally.
And I would no, and I would feel the same way, Jess. So I mean, I think it's something. So wait, what was the conclusion? Did you tell him it was like you were bummed?
Yeah, no, I literally told him yesterday that this was a terrible moment in our relationship and we can never go back and I don't want it to happen again. And it was very hurtful and I was mad about it.
And what did he say?
He was like, no, I know, I'm sorry, but I'm still mad.
So he knows. So Leah, I'll ask you, so when would you feel disrespected
I'm still mad
when it comes to time being responded to?
I mean, I felt that way about friends. I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I just know everyone's going through shit. Really. In my 30s, I have friends that are like trying to get pregnant and it's really stressful, or they're pregnant or they just had a baby, or that's happening.
You can't get knocked up and also just send me a thumbs up emoji. Like what? It's not
okay. But there's an emotional. It's emotionally taxing for a lot of people, right? Like I'm not saying. Like I have a lot of friends that are actively trying to get pregnant and it's been hard, and so it's one of those things where they're consumed in their own world.
Okay.
And yes, like it was just my birthday. I didn't hear from a couple of them.
Was it me?
And
I didn't say happy birthday to you.
It's it's one of those things where 10 years ago I would have been bummed. I would have really, it would have made a huge impact. I would have felt like, okay, they don't care. But realistically, these are people I could go to if I really need to.
Yes.
Like if it was a crisis, if there was an emergency, I would call them. If I needed to talk something through that I was struggling with, they'd be available. Both of these people. And it wasn't something that was worth it to me in that moment. However, just this is a big moment for you and this is like a close friend. So I totally understand why you're upset and why you should express that. And if it was something really like similar to you, I would express that to them. But I do know people have their own shit and like we don't honestly sometimes they're like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm spending the weekend like in my cave. and recharging. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but some people are like that.
Okay,
and
so
I'm
then-
not quite like that.
So
but
then
some people need that.
Then let me go back to my original question.
No, I feel that he was sleeping because he was fucking hungover is why he was sleeping.
So let me ask you the question.
So, if that's the case, you should be mad then.
So let me ask you the question. Then go back to the original question, which is, so to you, what is a time where you're going to feel like, oh wow, they put literally zero effort into getting back to me? You, Leah, personally.
I think it depends, but I'd say like over a day, I'd be like, cool. I'd be bummed
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I'd be bummed. And I think, but again, it's like, it's the nature of it, right? So if it's something like a meme, I'd be like, all right, they're distracted, whatever. If it's something like,
Leah, I swear to God, I'm never sending you a meme ever
I
again.
think the lesson here is she just doesn't. She
I'm
just
not
doesn't
sending
like
you
him.
memes.
And now that you know, you don't send them to her. I think that's fine. Not
But-
everybody
no,
likes them.
but
I like them, but send it to me through Instagram and I'll get to it when I get to
No,
it.
I think you just need to pick a
No, that's
side,
it.
Leah. And I feel like you just need to be like, don't send me memes
Yeah.
anymore.
Let's just call it what it is. 'Cause I feel like it's creating a rift in our friendship.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let me
We
tell
just
you this.
reconciled
Hang on.
after.
Hang on, but let me tell you
Uh-huh.
this. The second that I asked her to come on the podcast, she responds back in 2 seconds. I'm just saying.
Oh.
This is me hustling over here.
So I feel like I'm being used. So what you're trying to say is
I'm hustling and I'm trying to sell books over here.
You want the
Also-
clout.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. We had a long conversation that was unrelated to anything like 2 weeks ago.
I know
Like
we did.
over an hour and a half.
It was actually closer to 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that was nothing to do with clout or marketing or promoting
And
myself.
she
But
and
while-
she kept track of the time in the note section in her new book. That's currently
I'm
available
keeping-
on Audible. Like what?
I'm keeping tabs, and I'm also noticing that I didn't get a mug in the mail.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's slow. It's
Okay.
kind of like your response time. It takes a little bit of extra time to get there.
Mm.
Okay. You know I'm kidding. See, here's the problem with Leah. Leah and I joke with each other, and somebody get their feelings.
Well, now I know you're kidding, but when we
and then-
first started becoming friends, it was like a jab, 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 and I get that, and I jab with friends, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
very
I
new
feel
to
like
me.
He's not really kidding.
I feel like you're so triggered right now. Can we just
I'm
be
actually
friends?
not. I'm feeling great.
Okay.
Wednesday, I work from home. I just did the Stairmaster for 20 minutes. So I feel good.
Okay. Can we?
The
thank-
moral
first
of the
off,
story is never.
and I'm never sending Leah another meme, and that's not out of like hate. That's out of love.
That is out of hate.
It's out of love. Okay.
It is out of hate.
It's a bit out of spite, but mostly
You
out of
can't
love.
lie to her.
Okay. All right, Leah, let's plug your stuff because I really know that's not why you hopped on here at all. Because if Leah's got a chance to plug her shit, she's on real fast. But don't send this
Well,
woman a meme.
I have my first appointment at 8:30, so I'm fitting you in where I can.
Very nice. Okay, plug your stuff seriously.
You can find me on Instagram at Her to Empowerment. I have a bunch of content that Kramer pretends he likes and then sometimes doesn't.
There we go. And the
There you
book.
go.
Plug your
Check it
book.
out.
Plug the book.
I have a book. So I have a book that I co-authored with my friend Geraldine, who's also a therapist. It's the Teen Girl's Guide to Relationship, Sexuality, and Consent. So if you have a child, or a teen, or if you're a teacher or a therapist, or you have a family member that's an adolescent, this could be a really huge resource for them as they navigate relationships and their sexuality.
There you go. There she is.
There you go.
So check
Check it out.
Can't
Check
wait.
it out.
I'll text you later.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Bye, Leah. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome.
I'll never.
Wow.
I like her. I
You
like
do or
her
you
a
don't?
lot.
I know. I
Wow.
like her a
like
lot.
her.
I like Leah a lot. She's a
No,
really good friend.
No, I love her, but
everyone's has
There's no
flaws.
but for me.
Nobody's perfect. I'm sorry.
She's
I can't-
perfect for
oh
me.
my
I can't.
god,
Yeah, y'all can
no.
text each other and just wait. You might as well mail each other a letter.
No,
Like, what the
she's
fuck?
fantastic, but I know if I would have said, "Hey, sent you something in the mail, but also can you be in our podcast?" Jarrell, he would have probably fucking texted me
real
back.
fast. Oh,
Yeah.
now we get on real fast. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see how that
So,
happens.
ooh.
What? It's not rude if I said it to his face already, and I'm gonna tell him I already talked shit about him.
Okay, then never mind. Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of want to stop here. I don't.
Okay, it's 24 minutes.
I just don't want to. I mean, okay. So let's take a quick break. Come back in a second. We'll catch you up with what's up. That was the worst tease in the history of time. Hang on. We'll come right back and we'll tell you what's up.
Okay.
Okay. I've done a whole episode on Certified Mama's Boy on what's going on with me in my life right now. And honestly, I'm not feeling great today, so we're not going to be able to get into it a ton, but I'm going to try to give you cliff notes because I understand you can't listen to every piece of content that we do, and it'd be frustrating if you're like, but wait a minute, I only listen to Uncensored. I don't listen to Mama's Boy, and then I get it. So I'm gonna try to catch you up with the little Cliff Notes version of kind of what's been going on with me recently. And watch this. Is gonna be like 45 minutes. Watch this. I'm entering into a new phase of my life, and I can't even really cliff note this because the problem, I tried to do it on the radio show the other day and I feel like I got 0 points across. It was like, hey, so I'm doing this and that's it. I'm entering into a new phase of my life, and I think what happened was post-divorce, I was extremely selfish for a lot of different reasons, but I feel like I just didn't handle dating with a lot of integrity because I didn't care. I didn't really want to be in a relationship. I just wanted to have fun. And at the fun, it really at anyone's expense. I'm not even expensive. It was just more like, what's up? So, and we've talked about those days, and like we've talked about the chaos of like dating multiple people. And then like it just comes with a whole bunch of just, you have to lie your way through a bunch of stuff and just really shitty human things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this was kind of like the life that I had built for so long was like just this very casual, and it wasn't even just a lying. It was just like the balancing act of like,
It was a lot of lies to keep track
it was just
of.
a lot of, I think deception is probably the better word for it. It was just more of like, I'm not going to give you the full truth because I've been honest with you that I don't want the full truth from you. You don't want the full truth from me, and that's going to be our deal.
Yeah.
Right. And so I really had built a life on that because I really enjoyed getting female attention post-divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to be in a relationship, but deep down inside of me, I really am a relationship guy. Like I really am. Like, and that's really kind of created a tricky circumstance because it wasn't like I would just, it's one thing I think if you meet a woman at a bar and then you guys hook up and then like you never talk again. That's like casual, right? That's what I would call casual dating. Or like maybe you see each other once a month or whatever. That's casual dating. I have a problem because I am a relationship guy that I would just kind of be in situations where like I'd like date, but like I wouldn't want to let anybody go. So now I'm like juggling like multiple people. And honestly, then life got super chaotic. And the only real dopamine hit kind of things, like, I call it like low hanging fruit kind of things that I could do is just try to get attention from women.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. And it really, like, with all the chaos, it was, losing my job, divorce, losing my job, the moving to Maryland, like the trying to get the radio show off the ground, the loneliness of being here by myself. Like,
yeah, it was your only source of companionship and also to feed your ego.
It's like all I knew. It's like the only thing I knew how to do, which I think a lot of people probably do in their 20s, but I never really had a phase where I was just bouncing around. So yeah, it was just my life. It was my life. And I enjoyed it. The problem was probably last summer, I got to a point where I was like, something doesn't feel right in my life anymore. And I'm not sure what it is because I don't really feel like I want to be in a relationship yet. But I also knew that I wasn't getting the excitement from dating anymore. It was like this weird, like, I really wasn't like that super active on like social media. Like if you go back and look at my social media, you can like watch the change drastically happen from like posting these super thirsty. We literally have, I'm gonna have to take this fucking poster down because like I can't even look at it anymore.
I can.
These
Keep it up. Keep it up. It's entertaining for me.
I can.
These super thirsty social media, please give me attention.
Pictures.
Kind of pictures and like posting things on, on the stories to like get attention from women. Like it just started to like, my life just started to like evolve. And like, it just didn't do anything for me anymore. But it's like the only life that I knew was like just doing that. And I think honestly, the radio show doesn't help because I had put myself as like this single guy. That was kind of in radio, we call it your character, right? It was like this single guy that goes out and dates and is kind of hopelessly romantic. And so I think mindlessly, I just kind of kept doing it, but not really like, it just didn't feel like me anymore. It just didn't feel like me. But I couldn't figure out like what the pieces were. So then like when I went to Mexico a few weeks ago, I had like a shift, and that's all I'm going to say about it right now. It's like a shift to where I really realized that that's not who I am anymore. And it wasn't a smooth transition. It wasn't like it was a very harsh look at my life and saying like, fuck.
Like, look what I've done.
Like, look what I've done.
Like, what am I doing?
Like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, where am I?
Like within like an hour, all of a sudden, it's like everything I saw in the last 5 years absolutely disgusted me. Like, disgusted me. Shame, guilt, like, just
all of the negative emotions,
just all the shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, just all the ways that like I handled women's emotions so poorly. Just all hit me. And it really, really messed with me. And like in that moment, I was like, that's just not who I am anymore. I'm not this casual. I'm just not. And I don't even know that I ever was, but I knew that I didn't want to be in a relationship, but I knew also that I wasn't handling it with like high integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in many ways in my life, I'm a pretty high integrity person, but then I looked at this one part of me, like had this ugly reality check of like, the fuck are you doing? And the truth is like, I've been in therapy now it's probably been since like September or October. I'd like gone to therapy to kind of figure out like, am I ready to be in a relationship? Because part of me feels like I'm kind of done with dating. So when all of a sudden this shift happens and I'm like, fuck, like I want to be in a relationship. I do. Like, I do want to be in I don't want to date anymore. I don't want to, and if I do date, I want to date with integrity. And more importantly, like I realized that all these things about being commitment phobic. Remember, we've talked about this in the podcast before. Am I commitment phobic? And I always said no. We did quizzes and I passed. And I mean, the truth is, I did want to run around and be kind of careless. And that's what I wanted in the time. But eventually I stopped wanting that. But the second that I stopped wanting that, I also realized I am absolutely terrified to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
All these feelings. So I'm dealing with all this guilt, the shame, everything.
All at the same time.
And then all of a sudden I'm hit with, I want to do this. Holy shit.
And I get scared to do it. All that happened in Mexico?
Within like an hour.
That is horrible.
Within an hour. That shit literally, I came back an absolutely different person than when I left. Like, I don't even feel like I know the person that I was before I went to Mexico in January. Don't even feel like I know that human. I don't even like recognize him. Mm-hmm. I came back. It's almost like I'd grown up like 10 years. Like I just, all of a sudden I feel 40 or something, like, whoa, holy hell. So I think too that because people are like, healing from divorce is like a weird thing. And it kind of comes in stages is what I've realized, because healing from divorce for me always meant you just don't want to be with the person anymore, or you're just not mad about the divorce anymore. To me, like that was healing. And so when people would always ask me like, are you healed from your divorce? My answer was, yeah, because I don't care. Like, I mean, there's probably always gonna be something in me that feels a little meh, but not enough to like I don't feel anger.
Yeah, but you weren't acknowledging the other elements of what that did and who you were and that entire time. And I think you've just been avoiding sometimes on purpose, but without even knowing, just like avoiding certain things that you didn't know were issues.
100%.
Because to be fair, like when I agree with you when you say like when you ask people who've been through divorce, are you healed? I thought of the same thing you did.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just not mad at that person who hurt you.
Like, I'm not
for
crying.
that
I'm not
divorce.
crying
Right.
every day.
You're not. You might the relationship sucked. I wish I could have did better, but like other than that, like you're really not recognizing the fact that I have something to heal within myself too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I never put two and two together until I got older. Then I was like, oh, there's other stuff that you need to heal from because of that divorce
That's
as
it.
well.
That's
I
it.
never put that together.
That's literally me. I'm telling you. And like, if you're going through a divorce, I think I finally figured out what that means. And it took me 5 years to get here. But it isn't just the pain and the sadness. It's the fear of not getting hurt again. And that to me, honestly, I mean, again, when I just want to be casual, it doesn't matter. If I'm talking to 5 women and one drops off, okay, let me go swipe some more, DM some more, or whatever, right? But I think I had to take a really ugly look at myself and say that's just not who I am. It's not who I want to be. And so now I'm in a phase where, and this is really shaking me up because I know there's things I've really got to like process to be able to truly be in like a healthy relationship, you know? So in a part, it's good because I do feel like I've entered into like a new chapter.
Mhm.
But it's tough. I think it's, I mean, I'm sure you probably felt similar getting out of your situation. I mean, you guys were together as almost as long as me and my ex were.
Well, I think what I relate to the feeling of this self-realization of like, what am I doing, and feeling trapped in a reality that you created.
Mhm.
And I remember this specific moment of standing in our old apartment in a place where I didn't want to live, that I had lied to myself, convinced myself that I was okay with living in a body I wasn't okay with being in because I was so like sick and overweight and like coping in other ways, and in a relationship that I thought I was going to like die being in, and I didn't think that there was like a way out of it. And finally coming to the just waking up and being like, I can't be here. I don't want to be here. How do I get out of here?
Yeah.
And not knowing if there's a way out, thinking like being so afraid that there's not a way out because I had dug myself so deep.
That's how it felt. It was
Right.
almost like this is
It's like an overwhelming feeling of like, there's no way.
there's no, and I knew that getting out of that hole was going to be tough. And there were, you know, it was like, I knew it was going to involve a lot of truth that was going to hurt.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, and not only that, it was like, it's just, whenever you step into a new phase of your life, this is the way I've been describing it to my therapist, is I feel like it's like Bambi on the ice. It feels wobbly. This feels weird. Like, wait, I don't want to just like go through DMs and try to like get women's attention anymore. But like, that's just what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not serving me anymore. But that's like what I did. So like now it's kind of like this, okay, like that's not it anymore. Like I had deleted dating apps a while ago, but even that, like, it's just not, it's not who I am. So I'm kind of in this, it stripped me all the way down. And now I'm kind of figuring out who and how to be this new version of me, how to fit into the skin that I want to be in.
And I think it's also being okay with the process and knowing that it is a process.
Mhm.
And that, you know, you just said you came to a realization, it's taken you 5 years to get there, and you're going to come to another one and another 4.
Yeah.
And I think like something, at least for me, that has helped me, because I will get upset. It's not, I find myself sometimes getting upset or angry when something comes up and I didn't expect it to come up.
Mhm.
Like something triggers me, some sort of like trauma that I didn't know,
Mhm.
I didn't deal with, and it's not something I can avoid. And just being okay with that and having to work through that instead of ignoring it and manipulating yourself into thinking that it's fine
And not processing
and
and
not
not working on it.
processing.
And that's what I don't want to do, is
Right.
I don't just want to say, I don't want to bring these fears, anxieties into a new relationship. You know, like I want to.
But
why not, though?
Well, no, that's another thing. There's no way. And that's something
Right,
that that's been a part of my journey and acceptance, and something that one of the reasons why I love Garage Boy so much is because he has been accepting of that, and that is part of companionship.
Right.
We've had to do that for each other. There's no way that I cannot bring that with me, because that's made me who I am.
Mhm.
Not only has it made me a better person and a better partner for him, but it's also, I mean, not just from my relationship, my childhood trauma.
Right.
There are things that I still have to work through every single day, and I know that it will get more difficult when we actually get married. You can't go into it with that mindset of like, I need to fix this. I can't bring this in here, because that's part of your makeup, but it's a
Right.
matter of using it to be better.
Right.
Because
recognizing
it's
it
not recognizing
and working through it instead of just being like, well, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. This is your problem. Like, again, it's just brought up a lot of fear inside of me, because I know the person that I am, and deep down inside, and you know, if you listen to Mama's Boy, you may have a better representation of who I really am outside the radio world. But I'm a really nice, caring, loving partner, and I know I can be that, and I know that like that's what I want to be in my next relationship. So it's just brought up a lot of feelings. It's like all at once. It was like this tidal wave of emotion. My brain couldn't even really process it. It's still having a hard time. I'm better. Every episode I feel like I've been like a little bit better. But I am just kind of trying to figure out how to stand up on the ice. That's the only thing. That's like the only way I can put it right now, is like just trying to figure out how to do this next phase of my life. So anyway,
Mama's boy becoming lover boy.
hey,
That's so funny.
see what we just did there?
There you go.
Look what he just did there to wrap it up. Anyway, I appreciate the support. Jess has been super supportive, and I've just kind of been in my head and feel like I've just kind of, I don't know. It's tough. When you go through shit, it's tough. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to come here and like be in a good mood and like have fun and be silly, but just I don't feel silly right now. I just feel very heavy. you
Yeah.
know? So, all right, that's it. That's all we got for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening. Jess, how do we find more from you?
Just do it. JESSDUITT on IG, and my podcast Low Key.
This is Hassan, our producer.
Hi. I'm the
You're-
nice one, by the way.
Are you?
But you know what? He was like, you're on me. I'm like, I'm nice.
You're a good man, Hassan. You're a good man. We'll put it at that. How do we find you?
You can find me at StanWillie2 at all social media platforms.
And I'm that guy Kramer. Please, dear God, do not slide into my DMs right now. That's all I'm asking for you, please. How times have changed. Just remember, like back when we used to do the other podcast, and I'd be like, just please slide in my DMs. Now I'm like, don't you dare.
Wait till spring.
Do not slide into my DMs, whatever you do. Okay.
Don't look at me.
Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.